Hi everyone, it's At Home with Monique, and today is day 5 of 35 of Stack Cooker Inspiration. The Stack Cooker is on sale for all that period of time. It's normally $145 and it's on sale for $129. I have many clients and friends who have purchased the Stack Cooker already through the years and struggle with inspiration on what to do with it. They buy, not just them, but it happens to all of us, we buy a kitchen gadget and we get excited and then we don't use it to its fullest potential. So whether that's a stack cooker or an Instant Pot or an air fryer or whatever the case may be, it just takes a little bit of inspiration and sometimes some research and commitment to learn the tool. But my goal for you with the stack cooker is for you to be inspired by my recipes and then use some of your own recipes in the stack cooker. Once you figure out all the things it can do and all the features, you'll be able to convert a lot of your own recipes to the stack cooker, which would be microwave cooking. And there's a lot of benefits to microwave cooking. The biggest one is it takes way less time. And also in the heat, we're in summer, you don't have to use your oven, so you can cook in the microwave. Another feature I love is that it's hands-off cooking. The stack cooker is over there and you can be preparing something else. So today's inspirational recipe is one that I made early on in my Tupperware party days, and it's called Macaroni Pitch Pitch. And the first time I made it, the friend of mine, she's been commenting on my stack cooker recipes, and I told her I was doing this and she said good because I forgot how to make it. And I remember making it that day for her. It was delicious. It's a very simple dish. It only uses the main casserole of the stack cooker, the 3 liter. The stack cooker has 3 levels, so you can cook 1 item, 2 items, or 3 items all at a time. Okay, so I will be doing some recipes that do 3 at a time, but for most people, the simpler the better. So what I'd really love to show you some simple ways you can use this for a lot of tasks that you're already doing in the kitchen. So for today, it's just the 3 liter casserole, and we'll also need a lid. So these pieces we'll set aside. And macaroni pitch pitch is a really nice macaroni dish with beef and some vegetables. Everything goes in one pot, one casserole, and it cooks for about 30 minutes. So what we've got is we've got a pound of ground beef, and I've got it in my small freezer mate. So this freezer mate holds exactly 1 pound of ground beef. So you can squeeze that out, and your fingers never really have to touch the meat. So that's a nice feature of that because the container is flexible. So we're just going to chop that up. The meat is going in here raw. It's going to cook along with the other ingredients. So we're going to chop that up. The next thing we need is 2.5 cups of macaroni, and I use elbow macaroni. The recipe always calls for that. That's my oval 5 modular mate. So 2.5 cups. The macaroni is not cooked. It's going to cook with the beef in the stack cooker, in the microwave. So 2.5. Then there's some vegetables in here, which I love. I'm just going to chop those with my Power Chef. It calls for peppers and onions. So we should be able to do all that together, I hope. Power Chef is the manual food chopper, so we'll just put those all in there together. And we pull a few times. I do them fine because I want them kind of hidden. This is a recipe that kids eat. So there we go. So that was 1 onion and 1 pepper. That all goes in. It's all raw, uncooked. And then what we need now is liquid, right? If you're going to cook pasta from raw, you need to have liquid. So we've got, it's all tomato in this recipe. We've got, I need this again, tomato juice. And the recipe, it calls for 19 ounces, which is an annoying amount because the small cans are too small and the cans are too big. I used my quick shake container just to measure it because it has the convenient ounce measurements on the side. So tomato juice. So the pasta and the beef are going to cook in the liquid. It asks for a can of diced tomatoes, and I usually use whole tomatoes and then I dice them myself. So this is the tomatoes I use by choice. They're from Costco, San Marzano. We did open the can earlier just to save some time in the video, but I will open the other can for you, and it just, the can opener leaves no sharp edges. So those are whole tomatoes, and I just do them in my Power Chef and chop them so that they're diced tomatoes. I find the diced tomatoes you buy they're really runny and mushy. They're not the greatest quality of tomato, and especially for salsa, I prefer to use a higher quality. So, and I usually put my seasoning in here. So this is just, the recipe says use basil or garlic or parsley. So that's just 1 tablespoon of basil is what I use. So I mix the seasoning in with the tomatoes because it blends it up nicely. That's gonna go in there. So it's a tomatoey mix, and we will add cheese after it comes out. We wouldn't put cheese in the stack cooker for that long, for a half an hour. We just put it in at the end and we blend it in, and it just melts. And then the last ingredient is yummy yummy. It's tomato soup. And I'll open that can with the can opener. So you can use the can opener for left-handed or right-handed. And it does have a big handle, so if you do have any mobility or grip issues, it's easy to use. You just keep turning until you hear it click, and then you can use this little device on the side to pull the lid off. Okay, so again, if you don't want to touch the can, you don't have to. So if it was cat food or something, that's a good feature. And you can just release. Okay, so this can's not sharp, so it's safe in the recycle, safe from kids and so on. Pets, even for the garbage people. I'm sure sometimes they come across sharp things. So just mix this up, and you can see the pastas in there, the beef, all the juice. Just looking on the counter to make sure I didn't forget any ingredients. So that's 30 minutes in the microwave. We're gonna put the lid on. I will come back and show you the finished macaroni when it's done. At home with Monique, and I guarantee a tight seal.